Hello, I decided to do this video as a little bit of a help tutorial for those having problems with the Salon Express. Um, Before I purchased this kit, I watched several YouTube videos to see how it worked and see how people were creating designs, and a lot of the comments up under these videos would have things on it like they can't get it to work, or the design the design stamper wasn't picking the nail polish up off the plate and things like that. So I've played around with it for a little bit, and I've done a little trial and error, and so I decided to pass on some of the things that I've picked up that were useful, and hopefully they'll be helpful to you. The first thing is the plates. Now, the plates come, if you can't get your image to come up on the stamper, the plates come with a blue hue to them. If your plates still look like this is the major part of your problem. Get a box cutter or an X-Acto knife or razor blade. Be very careful. Go up under the lip of this blue film and take the blue film off. Peel it back. It adheres very well. It's very sticky. So that's part of the reason why people probably thought it was part of the plate itself. Your plate should look like this. Shiny. Shiny like a new coin. Not blue like this one. Okay? That's the major problem that I've seen with that I've seen a lot of people were commenting about. Some of the other things that I found a little helpful on there is, if you watch some of the other videos of people who have been using the Salon Express, their scrapers are really kind of gooky and have a bunch of colors and everything on them. Nail polish remover, non-acetone, because it will basically just melt the plastic. But you want to use nail polish remover. I know I have acetone here, but that's all I had left. I'm not using the tool, and so I'm not using this on the thing. I just was using it as an example. But non-acetone nail polish remover, because you don't want to melt the plastic or break down the plastic. With every use, clean your tools. It'll come off a whole lot better while it is still a little wet than when it's dry, and that way you can keep it from looking like an artist's palette with a bunch of colors and everything on it. Okay, another problem I found were people, even after they got the blue film off, they were saying that it doesn't adhere, the design doesn't adhere to the tool very well. Okay, so in the instructions it stated that if you take an emery file or a little file board, you can go across the design like this, kind of light, just to roughen it up a little bit, not to actually break down the silicone that's in the tool, but just to kind of rough it up a little bit better. It'll make your designs adhere a whole lot better to the plunger, to give it kind of a little bit of a rough surface. And another thing that I found where people were saying that the designs came out smeared or flawed, or the color was too light. The thing that I found that works out the best is the white polish. The white polish on just about any color. Also, expensive black polishes. Expensive polishes, period, work a whole lot better than, let's just say, your Wet n Wild. The cheaper polishes, anything up under, I'll say $4, because they have a really watery consistency, and when you go to use the scraper to scrape it off, a lot of the polish comes up with the scraper and doesn't adhere to the design plate. So if you have a little bit more expensive polish or an expensive polish, it'll be a little thicker in consistency and more of it will stay on your design plate. Another thing that I found is people have these express finish or quick dry nail polishes. These don't do very well until you're more experienced with the tool, because what happens is it begins to dry while it's on the nail plate before you can get it on your fingers, and by the time you go to use the tool to do this, it's already halfway dry, and so the image won't come out the way that you want it. So for your best success, you want to use something that's not a quick dry, flash dry, or anything like that. You want to use something that's at least middle of the line, or semi-expensive or expensive polishes to do your images. A lot of my images I do in this Sally Hansen HD. It's about $5 a bottle. It's not watery in consistency, and it works very well. Well, that is the end of my tips. Hopefully you have much success in using yours, and hopefully you found some of my information helpful to you. Happy designing!